Hi, I'm Trent Gustus with Keller Williams Realty. After being in the real estate business for 13 years, I've watched the market go up and down. Today we're going to look at the overall real estate market. First thing I'm going to do is give you a little bit of history. It's impossible to know where we're at unless you know where we've been. You've got nothing to compare to. So if we go back to 2000, we had about 5,000 listings in 2000. Was a low point for us, and the population was just over 1 million people. And you can see that after that hot market, builders responded by building excess inventory, and by 2004 we had 7,700 listings and a population of 1.1 million people, or just above that. So that was in response to that undersupply back in 2000. And then you can see that we had the builders and developers stopped putting out product, and we slowly had to eat away on that product, and we got to a low of 5,500 listings in 2006. And then you saw what happened. You saw that we had an undersupplied market, and the market shot up. The real estate prices shot up with it. So we, at that time, we had about 1.18, almost 1.2 million people. And in response to that hot market, builders and developers responded again with putting more inventory on the market. It took them into 2008 to get 14,960 listings, an incredible height for the amount of listings. And we had 1.25 million people. So you can see this is essentially a cycle. And in 2009, we had a low of listings, and the reason was just that many people that tried to sell at this period just couldn't sell. And so in 2009, many people dropped off the market, not to return. They did return back in 2010 when the market seemed to wake up and get a little bit better, and you can see that we've been slowly eating away at that inventory. So you can just see that this is essentially, it's a cycle. We're at 1.38 million people now, and we've got a little over 5,000 listings, about 5,500 to 5,800 listings as our low at the end of December. For a population of almost 1.4 million, a little over 5,000 listings is a very short supply, as we had busy markets in 2000 and really busy markets at 5,500 back in 2006, as you can see. So one of the best times to be on the market, if you're listing your home, is when the market, there's not very many homes to buy. That's certainly January. There's two reasons why we have a short supply of listings, and one of the first reasons is that we sold more homes in December than we listed. So we had a 1,390 homes sold as opposed to 1,377 listed, and we actually that's 100% or 101% sales to list ratio. And in November the market was also good, as we had 81.54% sales to list ratio. You'll also notice that the average sale price has been moving up. In July we had an average sale price of $421,000, and at the end of December we had an average sale price of $429,000. So pretty good for overall sales. Tracking average sale price is a difficult monitor because in May we had an average sale price of $441,000, and that might only mean that we had some higher priced homes sell in that month. Maybe some $3 million homes that could bring the average up. The second reason for inventory to drop is there's a number of listings that didn't sell. Of course, we didn't have a 100% sales to list ratio every month. So what that means is that we had as many as 10,000 listings back in June and July, and as you can see, we went down in October to 8,700 listings. So in the fall season we had between 5,000 and 5,500 listings that fell off the market due to the fact that they didn't sell. Don't worry, soon I'm going to show you why this is a relatively low number. As you can see, that consumption in June last year was 2,958 units, and May was 3,100 units. For my example, we're going to assume that 100% of those people come back on the market. The graph would look like something like this per month. Of course, not everyone's going to come on the market right immediately in January. Some people, most people, will wait till March, April, or May to come on the market. You're going to see in a moment why this isn't a lot of listings. Another source for new listings is new home builds. And last year the city granted $4.48 billion in new home approvals. The largest month of that was April, which is the fourth month, meaning that this year we're going to see a lot of these new listings come on the market in February, March, April, and May. Based on real numbers of permits published by the City of Calgary, we're actually going to see a total of 6,193 new homes come on the market possibly this year. Now I want to project how this 6,193 new home builds will affect our market. Now if you understand that 17.5% of buyers are new home buyers. The rest of the people are selling a home to buy a new one. If that's the case, if 100% of the people purchased a new home subject to the sale of their home, that would add another 5,000 listings to the market. If that's the case, with the amount of new home builds, that would add 11,240 new units, new homes to our inventory up until the end of July. So when you put all these factors together, here's what this looks like. The amount of listings that we're going to have by month is my prediction, and the number of new listings coming on the market between expireds and coming back on the market and new home builds. And then if we consider that January may have a sales to list ratio of 81%, and I'm concluding that it would drop maybe to 75% for the next 3 months and then drop even further to 65%, you'll find out that our sales are actually, this is a very, very low amount of sales, and that our inventory would come up to 9,800. What we don't know from all of this, and no one will know this, is how many people come out of the woodwork and then decide that they want to sell for some other reason. They put their home on the market. I'm just including homes that were expired listings and new home builds into my figures. So you can see by April we could have as many as 7,500 listings. Now with a population base of 1.4 million, I think it's a really low number. Also, when you look at these sales ratios, you'll see that the numbers of units of sales are really, really low. So just showing how low my sales predictions are, this is the sales that I would project through my calculations. This is 2012 sales by month. You can see that we had projected 11,837 sales by the end of July, and last year we did 17,000 sales. So if this holds true, we may be in for a very busy market. For you sellers out there, my suggestion is don't wait to put your home on the market, because most times people move behind what's really happening in the market. Most people respond to news that's happening. So what's going to happen here is we're not likely going to get enough listings on January, February, and March, and then as a result of high sales to list ratios and good news in the first 3 months of the year, people will start putting their homes on in April, May, and June. And what will happen as a result of that good news is that we'll have more listings for you to compete with. For you buyers out there, I see no reason to wait, as if my predictions are even close, there'll be less inventory in the next 3 months for you to buy, which means the market may move up. Realize that the market news I've just given you is based on the whole market. There's a whole other study we can do on the area that you're looking to buy or sell in. Back when I started selling real estate, over 90% of the homes I sold were expired listings or homes that other agents couldn't sell. During that time, I learned from my clients the many frustrations that they had selling their homes.
Yeah, we had the home about, twice with some other agencies, and they couldn't sell the house. We don't know why. It's a beautiful house.
There was not any interest shown at all in our home by anybody that came and viewed it.
Too many of the other MLS realtors who'd come to show the house, they wouldn't have a clue.
We didn't get any feedback on our showings.
Last time our house was in the market about 3 months, and we've never got any offers.
It's for these reasons I have a very detailed approach on the way I sell my clients' homes. But here's what my clients had to say.
Hi, I'm Des, and I am a client of Trent Gustus. Originally we started with another agent who was with us for approximately 3.5 to 4 months, and they worked hard for us and got about 40 people into our home through the conventional methods of advertising. There was not any interest shown at all in our home by anybody that came and viewed it. I got in the mail one of Trent's flyers, and I felt like it spoke to me and our situation. So I gave him a call, and we had an informal interview, and I was really taken by a few aspects. One was that he doesn't just do the conventional pictures. It's wonderful. He actually shows the best part of your home. He takes a ton of pictures and then puts it into, like you would for a movie trailer when you're previewing it to capture the audience. And so it comes across very professional. He puts in his voice to help market the nice aspects of your home. And it really shows your home in a wonderful way. And one of the things that Trent did that I really liked was when he listed our home, he had everything ready to go so that when he first listed it and you get the most amount of interest, everything is there for people to see. And he has a lot more avenues and websites. I think the other thing that Trent helped was that I really learned a lot about how to sell my home. Between the marketing and having the house priced right, we were able to sell it within 3 days. And I was very happy with that, as the experience had was becoming quite frustrating in the other situation. The reason I'm talking to you today is because I don't want any of you to have to go through the trouble and frustration that we had to in trying to sell our home for the last 4 months. And thanks to Trent, we were able to sell it within 3 days, and I can't tell you how happy I am about that. And now I have no stress. Thanks so much, Trent.
We have a high-end home, and it was a challenge to sell. It had been on the market for 2 years. The virtual pictures, and it was a popular realtor that was working with us before. But when we received this invitation from Keller & Williams through Trent Gustus' team, it intrigued us to put it on the market one more time. And it was fascinating because we thought, what a novel way of marketing a home. Trent came in and they did a very detailed job of videoing the home and inside, outside, and with the detail that was featured, because we put so many extras into this home, it is almost impossible to get your money back out of a high-end home. Once listed at over $1.65 million, this is a lot of money. But in order to do this, they have to understand what it is that they're getting that is so special about it. So his skill work in making this visual to the watcher was an answer to what we needed to sell this house. Then I guess the other part which was very pleasing was how we sent these ongoing video updates of our competition out there as far as the comparative market analysis with his voiceovers to show us what we are looking at and how we do compare. And this caused my wife and I to think and ponder as to maybe we should lower our price a bit more to even be on the cutting edge of the market. And so we made the analysis based on his thorough analysis of what's out there on a regular basis. We got these video update reviews, and this was good as well. So with the procedure then, with the beautiful videotape and his partner Darcy Anderson being most accommodating with a good voice and being sensitive and considerate for appointments to come, it was no problem, and we appreciated his follow-up and made sure that we're satisfied with everything. This was a good team in progress. So all in all, it was an enjoyable experience as we went on this journey to success, and the video and the way he did it with the voiceovers and the pictures that we saw as far as the pricings of different unique things that we added in helped sell the house like nothing else, because the ones who did buy the house spent but less than an hour in this house and were prepared to deal at 7:30 that evening. So well done. Great work there to Trent and to Darcy. We appreciate you very much. I would highly recommend you to any friends or relatives who would be interested in a good realtor. We're more than well satisfied.
Next, I want to talk a little bit about how I do what I do, how I can get results other agents failed to get. I think that you'll agree that many agents do little more than put up a sign and post a bunch of pictures on the internet. And in my experience, the more pictures you have, the more possibility you might have that your home doesn't sell. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't have photos, but what you put online is very important. People can pull up hundreds of listings on their computers these days on the internet. And most often, they're trying to weed out the ones that they don't want to see. So if you have 20 or more photos on the internet, there's a good chance that there's one reason or another that a potential buyer might not want to see your home. Even worse, a virtual tour that discloses absolutely everything about your home in a way that doesn't sell your home. You see, most virtual tour marketing is nothing more than a large group of photos put together with soft music. It's what I call disclosure marketing, and it can kill the sale of your home. So that's why I have an entirely different approach to my marketing. I do sincerely believe in video marketing online to sell homes, but I approach it in a way that a professional marketer would. My videos are more like a movie trailer. Now just think about how a movie trailer gets you out to the ticket office. They show you a short clip of the movie, the absolute best part. Maybe it's the only good part. They may even throw in testimonials to sell you on going to see the movie. This is exactly what I do with my video marketing of homes. I'll quickly show the best parts of your home. Not all, and it may be hard to determine things like the layout of your house. Then I do close-ups on the finer details of your home, the details that really sell the value of your home. Things like the quality of your finishing, the extra money you spent on the landscaping. You see, if we don't tell people enough about your home, buyers then start to qualify your home by square footage. Kind of like ground beef by the pound. But we want people to focus on the value that you're offering. In fact, we want to tell buyers why your home is the best buy in the area, why it's the best value. I might even show comparable sales in your area, how your home is better value. Remember, this is a sales presentation for your home. And your home doesn't need to be a show home for this kind of marketing to work. Here's a perfect example of a home I sold with 3 competing offers. The owner didn't know what to do, the home needed a lot of work, and it wasn't selling. Welcome to 234 2211 19th Street Northeast. This 3-bedroom unit is 1,037 square feet. Few townhouse condominiums offer a nice view of the park, especially at this price. You can watch your kids play right from your living room window. The location of this property is right here, and as you can see, it's surrounded by parks. You could just scoot out here on 19th Street with your bicycle and ride all the way to work if you work downtown. And you'll notice that the parks are all around this. The property is close to downtown too, and you'll notice that 16th Avenue is just off 19th Street and close to Deerfoot. Very quick commute to work. 234 is an exceptional buy, as currently there's 2 other properties available that are much higher in price. Priced at $199.9. As we can see, it is renovated and it's rather nice, but we believe at our price at $149.9 that it's an excellent deal and there's lots of room for someone to make some money. For just about $20,000 in renovations, you could have a property that looked just like this one. And as you can see, the square footage is actually smaller than our unit at 234. Currently there's 2 units for sale. This one at number 395, it's also a little bit smaller than our unit. In the same complex, done in nice hardwood. It wouldn't take very much at all to replace the kitchen in this unit and do a little bit of work, and you'd have a great unit. With the going rate of these properties being close to $200,000, our property of 234 at a price of $149.9 is an exceptional purchase. As you can see here, the property needs a little bit of TLC, but it's got a huge kitchen. And just look at the view you've got. The living room is large as well. This unit has a full unfinished basement, and just look at these new railings. The building has been upgraded as well. If you like this property and you'd like to book a showing, call us today at 403-862-9610. Buy this home and we'll buy yours for cash. Call today for details, 403-862-9610. For all buyers who buy direct from the Trent Gustus team, we have our exclusive guarantee. Our VIP buyer satisfaction guarantee. If you're not happy with the home you purchase within 24 months of the date you close, we'll buy it back or sell it for free. Find out how to become a VIP buyer today. Here's an example of a home that was on the market 2 years with another agent. Welcome to 90 Aspen Ridge Way Southwest. The first thing you'll notice when you approach the home is the $67,000 they spent on the exterior finishing. Just look at this custom masonry. You'll always know who's at your door with this video entry system. When owning an estate home such as this one, the entry should be grand, and this one's vaulted with a solid cherry curved door and unique architecture. And when your guests look down to take off their shoes, they'll notice this custom slate tile inlay. All of the doors in this home are solid 8-foot cherry doors. In the front of the home you've got this large office. Included is this built-in cherry desk and cabinets. On the main floor, this is one of the larger half bathrooms that you'll see. This is a custom-built home by Keith Anderson, owner and manager of Deca Design. The climate in this home is very comfortable with 2 air conditioning units and 2 air return systems. In a home this big, you wouldn't want extension cords everywhere. The in-floor plug-ins are conveniently located. Often overlooked, this home has amazing windows and architecture. The home feels like a grand hall with a 12-foot 9-inch ceilings. And it's cozy with this real wood-burning fireplace, oversized with natural stone and cherry mantle. And lighting the fire is a snap with the gas log lighter. There was $65,000 spent on the millwork to finish this kitchen, and you'll notice that all of the cabinets don't have the same facing for that unique look, all solid cherry. There was $27,410 spent on Miele appliances in this home. This double wall oven includes a warming drawer. They thought of every little convenience here, including this bread box and large pot drawers right under the stove where you want them. Both sinks in the home have carburetors, and those carburetors have this neat little switch built right into the counter. Evidence of the elaborate millwork is everywhere. Just look at this ceiling. See who's knocking at your door right from your kitchen. The countertop depth Sub-Zero refrigerator blends right into the cabinetry. No problem to find a step to get to your upper cabinets when you need to find something. Custom drawer with custom steps. This home features a unique granite from a quarry in Brazil. Stepping just outside the kitchen, you'll notice this beautiful patio with 10 mil glass railings. No top rail in this portion keeps the sight lines clean. Never worry about your awnings and the wind. There's wind sensors on these, and they pull in when the wind comes up. This home has lighting everywhere. 2 vacuum flow systems make this home very easy to clean. This home is really well designed architecturally. You'll notice that these railings are spaced away with a space in the deck to allow the south sun to come in to the basement windows. The rear deck is a nice place to sit on a warm, rainy day. This home is private, with reserved land behind that will never be built on and a view of the mountains. You'll never draw the blinds. The third fireplace in this home is right in the master bedroom. It's a gas fireplace and low maintenance. You can turn all the lights on the home right from your bedside. $4,000 was spent on custom cabinetry in the walk-in closet. More of that Brazilian granite on the tub surround. Over $8,000 was spent on the custom millwork in the ensuite bath. This $3,500 programmable air tub has color therapy as well. Relax at the end of a cold, hard day in a steam shower. There's plenty of room on the main floor for guests. They spent almost $8,000 on the custom millwork and cabinetry in the laundry room for your convenience. The triple drive-through garage is huge, with even enough room for a ramp for wheelchair access, right out of the rain. Going downstairs, an open tread, cherry, solid staircase. Entertaining in the basement, you've got a full-on wet bar with refrigerator, dishwasher, and microwave, all wired for your home theater system. And again, downstairs is bright, just like the upstairs level, with these $65,000 worth of windows everywhere, coffered ceilings, and access to an outdoor patio. Just off the back basement door is a walk-in closet. This is way better than a shed. Sound throughout the home is also included in the exterior speakers. These were $100 a piece. 2 large bedrooms in the basement, one with its own ensuite. All rooms in this house have comfortable heat with hydronic in-floor heating on both levels, water softener, 2 complete vacuum flow systems, and all kitchens have reverse osmosis water taps on each sink. The Bang & Olufsen power management system can record your patterns of when you turn lights on and off, when you dim them, everything, so that you can save this pattern and then replay it so you never need to remember to turn on a light. This system is integrated throughout the home. It controls the water fountains outside, the lighting for the fountains, The fountain motors, when it turns on, everything can be monitored and programmed the way you want. It can also optimize for power savings as well. All of this sits on this spectacular location with this great view. Close into the city, Aspen's very convenient. There was over $95,000 spent on landscaping here by ongoing works. There's a brand new irrigation system as well. With one of the largest lots in the subdivision, this home sits in the perfect location, backing onto the green space in Aspen Reserve, and with the view of the mountains. It's an unbeatable combination. If you like this property and you'd like to book a showing, call us today at 403-862-9610. This is just two examples, but in 13 years of marketing homes, I've got hundreds of examples of turnaround situations. High and low-end homes, fixer-uppers, show homes. I've marketed a home just like yours. So call me today for a low-pressure interview to discuss the sale of your home.